When you think of a multi-million-dollar New York City penthouse, what pops into your head? Probably sleek glass walls with a perfect view of Central Park, right? Maybe some cold, minimalist furniture that feels more like a modern art gallery than an actual home. It's an untouchable, sterile space that screams celebrity, but doesn't really whisper anything about the person who lives there. That's the cliche. But when it comes to Taylor Swift's legendary Tribeca compound, you can just throw that entire image away. Forget the cold mansion. We're looking at a home that is so much more than its staggering price tag. This is a sprawling sanctuary with a real story, where rustic charm clashes beautifully with old-world elegance, and every corner seems to reveal a piece of the creative and surprisingly private person who built it. This isn't just a penthouse, it's a world. So, how did this massive compound even come to be? It wasn't a simple purchase, it was a masterclass in real estate strategy. Back in 2014, as Swift was solidifying her spot as a global pop icon, she set her sights on a quiet, cobblestone block in Tribeca. But she didn't just buy an apartment. She made a move that was just as bold as her career. She bought two adjacent penthouses at 155 Franklin Street from the Lord of the Rings director, Peter Jackson, for a reported total of nearly $20 million. That got her the top two floors of the building. But Swift's vision was bigger. She launched a massive renovation to combine the two penthouses into one enormous sprawling duplex. The result? A single home with over 8,300 square feet of living space, a staggering 10 bedrooms, and 10 bathrooms. This was more than just buying a home. She was building a fortress. It was a statement. But she wasn't done. Over the next few years, her footprint on this single block just kept growing. In 2017, she bought the historic townhouse right next door for $18 million. A year later, she bought another apartment inside 155 Franklin Street for nearly $10 million. The grand total of her investment on this one Tribeca block shot up to nearly $50 million in amount that has appreciated significantly since. She had built her own private urban campus, a place that offered both community and total seclusion in the heart of one of the world's busiest cities. Okay, so she has all this space, but what she did with it is what truly sets this home apart. The interior design is a direct reflection of her own story, a breathtaking mix of her Nashville roots and her New York ambition. As you walk through the space, you're hit with details that feel like they belong in a cozy, countryside estate. The ceilings have these massive, exposed wooden beams, giving the rooms a warm, almost farmhouse-like feel. The floors are wide plank wood, aged and comforting. It's a clear nod to her past, bringing a sense of southern comfort right into the big city. But that rustic warmth is paired with moments of pure grandeur. The home has a spectacular, cascading staircase that looks like it was pulled from a Victorian mansion. The walls in some rooms are a rich, dramatic crimson with ornate neoclassical chandeliers dripping in old-world glamour. The kitchen is the perfect example of this blend. You've got those rustic wooden beams overhead, but also a stunning modern marble island and top-of-the-line appliances. It's a space designed for someone who genuinely loves to cook and entertain. The furniture continues this theme. Plush velvet couches invite you to sink in, sitting near vintage armoires and serious, centuries-old artwork. There's a moody, low-lit bar and a classy pool table, spaces clearly built for late-night conversations. It's been reported that Swift designed much of the interior herself, and it really shows. She created a style that's been described as whimsically girly and a shabby-chic Alice in Wonderland, a space that feels both incredibly luxurious and deeply personal. It's a home that completely rejects cold minimalism and instead embraces texture, history, and personality. But a house isn't just about design, right? It's about how it's lived in. And this penthouse is the absolute heart of her social and creative life. For years, it's been the legendary setting for her famous squad gatherings, intimate parties, and baking nights. That massive living space and beautiful marble kitchen weren't just for show, they were custom built for community. Think about the stories these walls could tell. The living room has been a gathering spot for some of the most famous artists and actors in the world. But the photos she's shared from inside don't show a celebrity hotspot. They show a place of real friendship. It's where friends have apparently sought refuge, like when Sophie Turner stayed at the apartment during her divorce. It's a true sanctuary, a safe harbor from the storms of public life. This feeling of a lived-in home is cemented by the little human moments that have happened there. Musician Gracie Abrams shared a story about a night when she and Taylor accidentally started a small fire after a candle fell over. Instead of panicking, it was Swift herself who grabbed a fire extinguisher and handled it. It's a funny, relatable story that shatters the image of an untouchable superstar. It paints a picture of a home where life actually happens, messes and all. This isn't just a backdrop for photos, it's a functional, dynamic space for creativity, collaboration, and friendship. The story of this penthouse shows that a home's value isn't just its price tag, but the life lived inside it. From the architecture to the memories, every detail tells a story. If you're fascinated by the spaces where creative people live and work and want more deep dives into the world's most interesting homes, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what we uncover next. Being a social hub is only half the story. The other, maybe more important, purpose of this compound was to be a fortress of privacy. Living under that intense of a spotlight requires a space where you can truly retreat, and every expansion was a strategic move to lock down her privacy and safety. Buying the townhouse next door was a genius move. Reports suggest she converted part of it into a private indoor garage, letting her come and go without ever navigating the public entrance and the paparazzi waiting outside. It's a clever solution that creates a seamless, secure bubble. The outdoor spaces are also designed for seclusion. The property has multiple wraparound terraces, a rare luxury in New York City. One of these terraces is surrounded by a Japanese paper glass wall, which is beautiful, but also serves a practical purpose. It lets in light while completely obscuring the view from the outside, creating a private oasis in the middle of Manhattan. It all goes back to the fundamental purpose of the compound. It's a sanctuary. In a city where privacy is the ultimate luxury, she meticulously crafted an environment where she can feel safe, recharge, and live life on her own terms. The quiet cobblestone street itself acts like an invisible moat, protecting this personal kingdom. It's a space that allows her to be both a global superstar and a private citizen. So when we look past the nearly $50 million investment, a figure that some now estimate to be worth over $60 million, what do we really see? We see a home that is the exact opposite of the celebrity stereotype. Taylor Swift's Tribeca compound isn't a monument to wealth, it's a testament to a life. It's a carefully woven mix of Nashville nostalgia and New York sophistication, of rustic comfort and neoclassical drama. It's a place where 10 bedrooms can still feel intimate, and where a grand staircase can lead to a kitchen filled with the simple joy of baking with friends. This home is a reflection of its owner in every way: smart, ambitious, and meticulously planned, but also warm, deeply personal, and full of stories. It's a creative sanctuary that has incubated albums and a community hub that has fostered legendary friendships. It proves that a house, no matter how grand, only becomes a home when it's filled with life, laughter, and the occasional fire that needs putting out. It's not just one of the most expensive pieces of real estate in New York City, it's one of the most interesting. And it is, without a doubt, so much more than you think.